Hey gang, Carl White here, and welcome to another episode of Loan Officer Freedom. Hey, this is the podcast where we know the market, while interesting, doesn't really matter. It's your marketing that dictates how many loans you close, not what the market's doing. Knowing about the market's interesting, but doesn't it doesn't it doesn't it shouldn't have anything to do with how many loans you're closing. So anyway, hey, I wanted to share with you something that came up at a recent conference. I just got back from speaking at one of the state conferences. By the way, if you can ever, like the state conferences, I think I'm going, where am I going next? I think I'm going next to the Ohio um Lenders Association up there, if I remember right. Awesome group of people. Anytime you have a chance to help those people out, boy, they're these state associations. They're really good people, and thanks to them, that we still have an industry to come back to. So they're fighting for our rights, and they're on our side with the lobbyists in Washington. So anyway, I just come off stage, and a really nice loan officer came up to me and asked, "Hey, Carl, should I be marketing to renters at apartment complexes?" And that's a great question, right? Great question. So let's talk about that for just a minute. So here's what I shared with her. I told her, like, the biggest challenge when you target renters is that you have no idea when they're ready to buy. And that creates a two-step uphill battle. So number one, you have to convince them that buying a home is the right move. That's kind of a duh thing most of the time if they're going to be there for a while. So you got to convince them that buying a home is the right thing to do. And then step two, you have to convince them that you're the lender they should work with. Now, I don't know about you, but like that's a lot of convincing. And frankly, it's time consuming, and I find it, often frustrating. And frankly, I'm just not a fan of that approach. Instead of spending time like chasing renters and trying to change their minds, I prefer to focus on finding people who are already looking for me. In other words, I want to work with prospects that have already made the decision to buy, and these are the people that are motivated and like they're ready to take action. They just need to be connected with the right lender and perhaps maybe the right real estate agent, and that's where we come in. But here's the key: I don't find these motivated buyers by running ads to random renters. Instead, I focus on, and my team focuses on, building relationships with referral sources who are already talking to buyers. It's just so much easier that way and so much easier to scale. Let me give you an example. Think about, say, real estate agents, financial planners, property managers, even insurance agents. These professionals are constantly interacting with people who are in the process of buying a home or at least thinking about it. And when you position yourself as their go-to lender, the person that they need to refer people to, you'll have a steady flow of referrals without all the hard work of convincing somebody that they need to buy. Because while you're busy convincing renters, you could be missing out on qualified buyers who are already ready and waiting to work with you. Hey there. Hey, if you're loving the tips so far, be sure to hit that subscribe button right down there and then tap the little bell so that you never miss out on more free, cool tips coming your way. Also, I would love to hear from you. Drop a comment beneath there. Let me know what you think or tell me what you'd like to hear next. Now, I'm not saying you should ignore renters altogether. In fact, like one great strategy that came up in the conversation was befriending property managers. They can tell you when a tenant gives notice or starts asking about buying a home. And that's a great way to target renters who are already in the buying mindset. That's the key. They're already in the buying mindset. But but doing general marketing to renters without knowing their intentions, man, I've done that. Like I've done the door knockers on renters. I've done mailers to them, and I'm gonna save you the trouble and the expense. I'm telling that's like digging dry wells. It's very very labor intensive and it's very unpredictable. Not a way to scale a business. I prefer to dig wells that consistently produce business. Referral sources like real estate agents, financial planners, and others that have access to motivated buyers and can keep sending their deals your way month after month after month after month, right? That's the consistency thing. I mean, like, why chase when you can attract? Why chase when you can attract? So, because when you build these relationships, it's like you're creating a well that keeps flowing with opportunities. So instead of struggling to convince someone to buy, you're spending your time closing deals with people who are already sold on the idea of home ownership, right? You skip the biggest part of the battle. So here's a key takeaways from this. Number one, stop spending time chasing renters who may not even be thinking about buying a home. Number two, focus on referral sources who are already working with buyers. And number three, build wells that produce an ongoing stream of business. That's where the real magic works. Now, if this approach seems like it makes sense to you when you're ready to start building your own well of steady referrals, let's chat. I'd love to chat with you. So we'll show you some simple techniques and plans to attract those referral giving sources. And I can tell you, it's way easier than you think. These simple techniques, frankly, is how my team closes hundreds and hundreds of loans each month. So whether you're just getting started or you're closing two or three and want to go to like 6, 7, or 8, or maybe you're already well into the double digits, um, we can help you. So schedule a call with me and my team, and we'll create a plan to attract the right kind of business. Just go to wantmoreloans.com, wantmoreloans.com, and let's chat. And we'll kind of map it out for you. So anyway, hope you think this was helpful. I was just sitting here, just kind of debriefing from my trip, and I thought I'd hit the record button here while I was thinking about this. So that's it. Nice, simple, sweet, and easy. You want to focus on those things that scale. So anyway, hey, talk to you. Call in, wantmoreloans.com. Thanks so much for all the great reviews. I sincerely really appreciate it. And by the way, when you leave those reviews, if you want to, you can put topics that you'd like me to cover in the future. And or if you think there'd be somebody good to interview, I love suggestions about that. So just leave a review on the platform that you listen to it, and we go check those out. And thanks for your suggestions, and thanks for the honest feedback. So appreciate you guys. Thanks so much. Talk to you when you call in, and we'll see you on the next episode of Loan Officer Freedom. Thanks again, everybody. Bye-bye.